IVM.
News Kids on the Block. We bring to you stories that top the nation's papers. Fresh from the Ascend International School and IVM desk. Hi, I'm Kavya.
I'm Anya.
And I'm Trivik.
And welcome to this episode of News Kids on the Block, where we give you all the top news updates of the week. So the first story we have for you today is a very interesting story that kind of opens up a lot of possibilities for civilians in a way.
We stand possibilities being opened.
You can't stand everything.
Can't stand everything.
You can't stand everything.
I can stand what I want to stand on.
So SpaceX will be sending 4 regular people who are very interested in space and space exploration into the Earth's orbit without a professional astronaut on board. And this is the first time something like this is happening. Obviously, they've had a few months of training and briefing before it actually is going to happen. But the idea that civilians who have had no experience with this sort of thing will be sent to space like that, obviously, that means you have to have a lot of faith in the aircraft, because with the lack of experience with the actual people on board, you have to trust your aircraft that much more to keep you safe. It's also really just cool to think about the fact that we've progressed so much that an aircraft is 100% trusted to keep 4 people with no experience safe. The rocket is a Falcon 9 rocket with a Dragon capsule at the top, and it will blast off from NASA's Kennedy Center in Florida, the same place where the Apollo 11 mission took off for the moon. And I think this just continues to show what technology is developing into and the possibilities it can continue to open up for humans.
Well, I don't know much about Apollo 11, but something I do know about are playing 11th. And that takes us to our next story for the day, which is related to the UEFA Champions League. It's back! And it's back and it's better.
Run for your life!
Yeah, I'm so excited. This just means more football stories for the podcast.
Yes, it does.
It's okay, Kavya. You have to do less work that way.
Anya talking about work is a bit ironic, but we are underway with the 21-22 season of the UEFA Champions League. Last season, a bit disappointing for me because Chelsea, who are one of Liverpool's local rivals, were the eventual, they were the team who lifted the trophy in the end. However, I think this season is going to be a very competitive one. You've got some of the best. Everyone has got a stacked squad. I say stacked, I know that's kind of a slang term, but everyone has got a really good squad. There's teams across Europe. There's PSG who have signed so much good talent. Kavya, we all know how much you love PSG. We've got the Prem's Big Four, Man City, United, Liverpool and Chelsea. We've got, Bayern Munich of the Bundesliga. We've got Real Madrid under new management. There are so many people who I could see lifting this trophy at the end. There's no telling who's going to win it now. I'm going to back my team, Liverpool, obviously. I just held up my badge because I'm wearing a Liverpool jersey and I now realize this is an audio podcast. But I'm really excited. The first games have already kicked off because we are recording this at 7:51 p.m. IST on Wednesday. The games which took place yesterday, we saw Man United lose 2-1 to a Swiss team called Young Boys at the Wankdorf Stadium in Switzerland. And the other games which took place were where Bayern beat Barcelona 3-0 at the Camp Nou, and Juventus started off well as well with a 3-0 win against Malmo of Sweden. I'm looking forward to the games today, especially Liverpool versus AC Milan. But with that, we will be taking a short little break and we'll be right back.
Eventually, you'll see the end of your childhood.
Get accustomed to womanhood.
Enjoy the experience of sisterhood.
Might get to wifehood.
Or not. Choose motherhood.
Or not. You'll learn to define your personhood.
Earn a livelihood.
Change the neighborhood.
And get rid of the falsehood that life post-academia is easy.
So join me, Natasha.
And me, Ayushi.
On a journey from station starting point.
To station, what now?
Next station, Pudin station. And hopefully, Agla station, adulthood.
Fresh episodes out every Thursday.
Welcome back to News Kids on the Block, where we bring to you all the top stories of the week. The story that I wanted to talk about today was, as you might have recently heard, it was the Met Gala. And for all you people who might need to educate yourselves like I had to before this podcast, it is basically a very fancy party where people make fashion statements. And I think tickets are like $30,000 US, which is more than we have. But a lot of celebrities, especially in the recent past, have been taking to wearing very outlandish things or statement pieces. And this works not only in terms of fashion, but also politically. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is she's a congresswoman, she basically wore a dress. It was a white dress and it had these words written in big red letters saying tax the rich. And she says medium is the message. And basically, I have said basically like 12 times. But that being said, basically what she did was she wanted to talk about how in the US and honestly all over the world also, the richest of the rich tend to kind of find loopholes within the law that leads to them paying 2 to 4% tax as opposed to like 20 or 30% tax. So therefore significantly less. And so she said that, maybe they should. The controversy came when a lot of right-wing media outlets and everything, didn't call it iconic, but rather they called it hypocritical because they said that for those of you who don't know, AOC had very humble beginnings. So as she made it to the top, she was then able to go to a place like the Met Gala, and then she chose to make a statement. But a statement is just a statement, is essentially what they were trying to say. Ironically, they used a statement to make, sorry, bad joke. Thank you, Trivik. Trivik is air clapping. But what she tried to do is just talk about how we need to tax the rich as much as we need to tax everyone else. Like, for example, in India, I think only 1% of the entire population pay tax right now. I know it's a large population, but still, that's just 1%. She actually said, and I'm quoting here, according to Money Control, she said that NYC elected officials are regularly invited to and attend the Met due to our responsibilities in overseeing our city's cultural institutions that serve the public. I was one of several in attendance. And then at the end added dresses borrowed, just talking about her relationship to it. So, of course, these are two sides of the story. Like I said, she probably worked her way up to being there and then chose to be there and make a statement, and a relatively valid statement. But it was not without backlash, of course.
Thanks, Anya. Well, the Met Gala happened on the 13th of September, and the VMAs also happened on the 13th of September. And I thought I would
feel like the 13th of September is the most important day this month.
Thanks, Rivik. We all know what you were getting at. But I thought I would run through all of the winners. Obviously, there were a few categories. I'll try to go through them as fast as possible. So the first award was the video of the year, which went to Lil Nas X for his song Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Artist of the year went to Justin Bieber. Song of the year went to Olivia Rodrigo, Driver's License. She also picked up a few other awards that we will come to. Best New Artist, which was an award presented by Facebook, also went to Olivia Rodrigo. The Push Performance of the Year also went to Olivia Rodrigo for her performance of Driver's License. The Best Collaboration went to Doja Cat featuring SZA for the song Kiss Me More. The Best Pop went to Justin Bieber for Peaches. Best Hip Hop went to Travis Scott featuring Young Thug and MIA for the song Franchise. Best Rock went to John Mayer for Last Train Home. Best Alternative went to Machine Gun Kelly featuring Black Bear for the song My Ex's Best Friend. Great song, by the way. Best Latin went to Billie Eilish and Rosalia for Lo Vas a Olvidar. Best R&B went to Bruno Mars for Leave the Door Open. Best K-pop went to BTS for their song Butter. Best Video for Good, which I'm not sure what that category really means, but it went to Billie Eilish again for Your Power. Best Video Direction went to Lil Nas X again for Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Best Cinematography went to Beyonce for her song Brown Skin Girl. Best Art Direction went to Saweetie for featuring Doja Cat for the song Best Friend. And Best Visual Effects went to, again, Lil Nas X for Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Best Video Choreography went to Harry Styles for the song Treat People With Kindness, and it was choreographed by Paul Roberts. Best Editing, once again, went to Leave the Door Open. Group of the Year went to BTS. Song of the Summer went to, again, BTS for Butter. And that was the last award.
And award for amazing, enthusiastic recitation of the list of awards goes to the one and only Kavya Hebbar.
I feel like these were all very undeserved awards. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself because I feel like I will receive a lot of hate from you internet trolls.
I do agree for some of the categories. I feel like other people deserved it more. But I think for a lot of them, Olivia Rodrigo obviously bagged a lot of 3 or 4
Or
awards.
undeserved ones.
Lil Nas X grabbed so many awards. Billie Eilish. So yeah, we shall.
Billie Eilish. I've not heard of her since 2019.
She just released a new album as well. Taylor Swift opted out of this VMA, but she had 4 nominations, I think. But she optionally opted out of this VMA. But hopefully we shall see her next year and all these amazing artists again next year with some great music.
And on that note, we will give you a well-deserved break.
Hey everybody, it's been a great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Misconduct with Raghavi and Nisha, we learn about the very famous case of Indrani Mukherjee. Not the murder, but of foreign investment violations and money laundering. It's an exciting double episode. On Naan Kari, Sataf and Archit talk about the superfoods haldi or turmeric, its health benefits, cultural significance, economics, and much more. On Storytellers and Storytellers, Vineet is joined by Keshav Chaturvedi. He's the host of Tere Mere Rasta and a veteran photographer. He shares his journeys from photos to podcasts. On The Habit Coach with Ashton, host of Paisa Vaisa, Anupam Gupta shares how one can cultivate the habit of saving. And on KBCD, find out what Sunetro and Farad's favorite picks are when it comes to the portrayal of queer sex on screen. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of the shows on the IVM network for that matter, please do tell a friend. We really appreciate that. And finally, I'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, Siet Cred, Banco Baroda, Quarter, and CoinSwitch Kuber. We really do appreciate the support.
Welcome back. You're listening to News Kids on the Block, where we give you all the top news updates for the week. I'm going to hand it over to Anya for the next story.
The next story that we have for you today is very recently, and by recent, I mean the 15th of September 2021. The National Crime Records Bureau recently released some data about crimes in the year 2020, and these had some rather alarming, I wouldn't personally say unexpected, but they definitely are alarming statistics. For starters, nearly 77 rape cases were reported on an average daily in the year 2020. There were also a total of 371,503 cases of crime against women that were reported. This number was reduced from 2019. However, it still is a startling number. Some other numbers just that are interesting to know is West Bengal had the highest number of acid attack cases with 51. Odisha reported 12,605 cases under the category of assault on women with intent to outrage her modesty. Rajasthan reported the highest number of cases at 5,310 of rape. This is under section 376 of the Indian Penal Code. There were also 2,274 cases of dowry deaths reported in Uttar Pradesh. And, I think that all of these cases are just numbers and they shock us, but I don't think that that's necessarily even exactly how much crime is actually happening in India, which is quite concerning to think about because this is just the few cases that do get reported. So while 2020 did see a little bit of a decrease in it, a lot of papers and studies have attributed that to there being a lockdown. So the accessibility that people might have to the correct means to file a case might not have existed as efficiently as they might have otherwise. So I think that this data is just something that we should all keep in mind because it is genuinely really concerning, and the numbers should not even be this high. They should be much lower, even if there was no pandemic and even if everyone had correct access. So I just think it's important that we are aware of these things.
That's really concerning to hear. These numbers are really alarming and we can only hope that they go down. But with that, I think we'll move on to our last story for the day, which is about climate change, specifically how animals currently are being affected by climate change. And what I mean by this, so with climate change looking really far from slowing down or at least stopping forever, animals around the world are, to put it in simple terms, shape-shifting in an attempt to keep themselves cooler. So these warm temperatures are causing numerous species to attempt to keep their body temperature cooler or cool via various evolutionary means, which are included but not limited to, larger ears, larger beaks, and longer legs. So we are currently witnessing evolution in our daily lives. And I think it's fascinating what climate change has done. We're not noticing what it does, not only to us, but also to the other inhabitants of this planet. And I think that climate change is definitely a serious problem, which has gone unnoticed over these last few years due to the emergence of COVID. And I think we need to put some more importance on combating it as soon as possible.
I 100% agree with you, Trivik. Anyways, that's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of News Kids on the Block. Don't forget to tune in to us every Friday for our fresh take on the news from across the globe.
If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other podcasts on the IVM network.
You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram.
We'll see you next week. But till then, do share this episode with your folks. Stay safe. And don't forget to do your homework.
Have you ever wondered where the business world is headed? How the ways in which we create, market, and sell to consumers will evolve? Or if we'll ever go back to wearing pants while working? For answers to all of this and more, tune into Advertising is Dead with me, Varun Duggirala. Every Tuesday, as I talk to entrepreneurs, leaders, and change makers from across business, media, marketing, and beyond. You can catch all episodes of Advertising is Dead on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcast from.
If you're a cricket fan, check out Edges and Sledges, India's favorite cricket podcast.
The podcast focuses on Indian cricket, the IPL, and has a ton of banter both on and off the field.
We talk about the week's biggest cricket stories with current and ex-international cricketers, coaches, or sometimes just between us.
And it's hosted by me, DJ.
Me, Varun.
And me, Ashwin.
New episodes release every week.
You can catch us on the IVM Podcast's website, app,
or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Check out the Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast.